East is from the West and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor at Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
Your Rocket City Trash Pandas are back home June 16th through the 21st. Promotions include an adult Hawaiian shirt giveaway on the 16th, a youth soccer jersey giveaway on the 18th, plus barbecue weekend and Father's Day close out the homestand the 19th through the 21st. Get your tickets now and learn more about our weekly promos by visiting tptix.com. That's tptix.com. Let's rock it.
Listen to the Rocket City Trash Pandas all season long.
Swung on, lifted, deep left, back goes O'Donnell, he looks up, it's done, and it's over. Denzer again, the goose is loose.
Trash Panda Baseball is only on Talk Radio WZZN. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, for those of you watching on WZZN TV, that is the wall of neighbors.
That's right.
We are adjacent from. Decided to go indoors, but I tell you, it feels really good in here. Come on by. We've got Furniture Factory Bar and Grill's deals going on right now where you spend $25, you get $50. Actually, I think it's $20 right now. Where you spend $20, get $50 for the. And Wes is about to get the same thing I just got. I did not have lunch today, so I came by here around 3 o'clock for a late lunch. Blanco nachos, Blanco nachos, Blanco nachos. That's what I'm saying. Blanco nachos.
Plus,
it
you
is
get Jen,
just
the hostess with the mostest.
There's no question about that.
You probably
if
saw
you've got
Jen.
If you need to plan a party, you need to talk to Jen because they do it.
Yes, you do. And there is the Honky Tonk right next to us, and then the Haven. This is the Furniture Factory block, basically, where there is
paddle for every ass.
There really is. There really is.
According to Billy Neighbors.
Yeah. So, I don't know about you out there, but I'm already sick of this Brendan Sorsby story. I just...
It makes you nauseating. I've had so many people call me that normally don't pay attention to what's going on.
Did you see the court date set today?
When is it?
February of 27.
Yeah. I hope they find the hell out of them. No, I think that they ought to... somebody needs to do something. And I think that this might be the tipping point that we've all been talking about.
Boy, I hope so.
It's just crazy. It's nuts. Well, that's the way they did it. And that's what our guy yesterday was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That he thought that he'd get to play because
because surely to goodness, Dan Wetzel joined us yesterday.
That's Dan, yeah. So Dan was absolutely right. He said that I'm hoping that there'll be a emergency. Sometimes they'll do that, and I don't understand. I'm not a lawyer. Don't want to be. Don't pretend to be.
I did reach out to Jeffrey Kessler's office today. He's obviously a busy man, but trying to get on his docket to be on the program just to get his side. Listen, I know he's there.
Is that the attorney?
He's the attorney
that
is pitching a perfect game. He's the attorney. Well, yeah, you never know until you ask.
Well, you got to ask, yeah.
But I at least sent a tentative table for late next week.
Well, if I was him,
Thursday,
I would try to make it all go away. You don't want people talking about it because everybody knows how wrong it is.
February of 27.
Yeah.
That is the scheduled trial for the NCAA who put in the paperwork today, and the earliest is February of 27. Guess what's going to happen between now and February of 27? The college football season.
Yeah.
Barely. Just barely. They'll squeeze it in.
Well, I predict Brendan Sorsby. I don't think an NFL team will touch him.
I agree wholeheartedly.
So
that is the one. Yeah.
And right now Cincinnati's suing him, as they should.
Yeah.
He has this. I mean, I think he's going to be a huge distraction for Texas Tech.
But I will say it only takes one in the NFL. And if someone does take a chance on him, he'll be suspended for a year, probably.
Right.
And then,
well, he'll have to have a great year.
Yeah, you're right.
Why are they going to pay him?
But somebody's got to play him.
Yeah.
Now they're getting in line not to play him.
Right. Well, I don't
whether
know
or
how
not that's going to happen,
yeah.
especially the Big 12.
Right.
We'll see.
But this guy was betting on football. And you had a guy that from Iowa I saw, he bet on he was a wrestler that bet on $5 on 3 games, and they suspended him for a year. Which I guess they did suspend them, so that it's not the NCAA. It's this judge who I was told, and I don't know if this is right, that he came out of retirement.
That's right. Yeah, he retired in 2012. He came out of retirement just to preside over this case, which, I mean, that doesn't sound sketchy at all, does it?
Not at all.
Okay, so the $35 bets. Did he win?
Apparently not.
Yeah, because he got suspended.
Yeah,
there you go.
He lost no matter how no matter how those games came out.
I mean,
do you remember that I don't remember if they fired him, but he was
who he
played at UCLA. The quarterback comes on our show. Coached at Washington.
Yeah. Neuheisen.
Yeah, they did it. For doing a basketball pool.
The NCAA basketball tournament.
Yeah, they suspended
him for I want to say that was 6 games
for doing a basketball pool.
Yeah, for what we all do. I mean,
so you can go to where it doesn't make sense, and then it still doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I thought that was ridiculous sin about that.
Coming up on the program today, well, actually, there is one secret guest. I'm not going to – there's –
a secret guest?
A guest I'm trying to get who's not anyway, he is
he might be a total name remain later.
Well,
if he doesn't come on especially.
It's redacted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Redacted.
No, one person that is coming on that I do know, Enos Watley, is going to join us in less than 10 minutes' time. Game 3 of the NBA Finals was last night. Spurs grab all the road teams. Nothing but road wins so far in the NBA Finals. We'll see what happens.
The hype was so big. That doesn't.
I mean, the president was there, and
you're blaming it on him.
President was taking a nap. There's nothing wrong with. It looked like a very comfortable chair.
Well, yeah,
behind some bulletproof glass.
If I was watching it, I'd fall asleep too.
I was locked in. A very poor start for the Knicks last night, but the second quarter they played out of their minds. So, finish your thought. What about the NBA?
It's just
you're not in.
No,
I am. I
don't know why. There's so much more you can watch now.
Well, then what were you watching?
I don't remember.
So I will tell you, I'm in my own house.
I'm watching YouTube. I'm watching football games.
I'm in my own house last night, and I'm watching the first quarter, and the Knicks couldn't play any worse. So my daughter's in town, about to be a senior at Georgia, and my wife, and they're just bored out of their minds. And so I looked at them and said, "What do y'all want to watch?" Love Island. That's what I got. Love Island.
Well, I wouldn't watch that.
So I went into the back room while they watched Love Island, and I was watching the NBA Finals by myself in the back room.
So, all right. Coach Lamb will send me.
Was sending me
fronts. Which one that I wouldn't want to block? Which one's better? It was a double eagle. So if you have a double eagle, which is and then a nose guard as well, it's kind of a bear front is what a lot of people call it.
Okay.
So you'll have 3, and then you have the outside linebackers. You want to play that at least a couple plays, no matter what. Especially if one of those guys is a BA, badass, you know, because you can't. It's hard for you to. It's hard for you to double team unless you bring a tackle down, which then you can bring a guy from the outside. So it messes you up. Now, there are things we used to check to against it with automatics, but you can show it and then get out of it. So what it does is make an offensive line have to prepare for it. So you want to at least run it a couple times a game, no matter what.
Make them prepare for it.
Yes, and then you can do all kind of things out of it, based about how they adjust. But it makes the offense adjust. And anytime you get the offense thinking, they're not playing as fast.
So when are we going to San Antonio?
I don't know.
Because I don't know about you, but he's asking me. He said he asked me today, Jerry Glanville, for those wondering at home. He was the defensive coordinator for the San Antonio Toros of the Continental Football League, and, by the way, has yet to get scored on through 2 games.
So they didn't play last week, right?
No, there was on a bye. That's why he was able to join us a week ago Monday. But it's another game week. But through 2 games, the Toros have yet to get scored on.
That's unbelievable.
So
football, that's hard to do.
Yeah, against air.
Well, he is great at evaluating talent and getting them to play hard. Right.
He is. He knows his stuff. Coming up on the other side, we will dive in more to the NBA. But, I guess we can talk some college as well, bring you into the fold for the conversation. I wanted to talk to Enimo about the NBA Finals, but we can talk college as well with Enos Wadley.
Every year is something different. How are you going to – it's not like you can say, this team has a lot coming back.
For real.
It's just not –
It's unpredictable. Well, there's one thing I can predict. As the Hawks are not playing in the NBA Finals. Let's take our first time out. Enos Wadley is set to join us on the other side. I really hope Steve Holman didn't hear me say that out loud. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and our employee pricing for everyone is in high gear right now at Lynn Leighton Ford in Decatur. That's right, everyone in the Tennessee Valley can get our special Ford employee pricing on over 280 available new Fords. Save up to $15,000 off MSRP on remaining new 25 F-150s and up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos. With your good credit, you can save thousands with financing as low as 0% on select new models. And always remember, Lynn Leighton Ford will never charge you any mysterious dock fee or some hidden markup. It's simple. You pay what we pay on 280 new Fords. That's right, $15,000 off MSRP on new 25 F-150s, $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos, or lock in 0% financing on select new models. Come see us at Lynn Leighton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnleightonford.com.
This is Jen with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Y'all need to come join us. We have so many fun things every night of the week. From Monday night, steak night, Tuesday night, karaoke, Wednesday night, we have Singo Bingo, Thursday night is bike night. Of course, we've got live music on the weekends, so y'all come join us. Meridian Street Crossing, we've got Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Come on next door to the Rocket City Honky Tonk, where we've got honky tonk music all night long. Y'all come join us. We'd love to see you.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
When a team sticks together, it shows in the way they work and the way they treat you.
We don't just hire great people, they stay. On average, our managers have been with us over 15 years, and company-wide turnover is under 3%.
It's a culture built on integrity and heart.
When you call, you get someone who knows your name, understands your business, and is invested in your success.
And that means service you can count on every time.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack.
Is there a reason behind this? It's a great song.
Absolutely.
But usually plays once a player is done on the court.
No, we just have. We know he's there, but no, we just haven't heard enough Ray Charles lately. I thought I'd get it in there.
I agree with that.
It was a close call between that and Shake a Tail Thunder.
Either you could.
Of course, if I did that, I'd have to dig into the whole Blues Brother album. So.
There's nothing wrong with that either. Victor Wembanyama became the second youngest player with a 30.5 rebound, 5 assist games in the NBA Finals, as finally the Spurs were able to snap that 13-game winning streak in the playoffs for the Knicks last night. But we've got plenty to talk about with Enos Watley, who joins us right now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. What do you say there, Enimo?
Wes and Steve, what's going on, man? How you guys doing?
So I'm doing great, Enimo. Who's the guy that reminds you of yourself playing right now? I've been wanting to ask you that. I got to ask my questions real quick because Steve's going to wear you out.
I like Hopper's son, and I think Brunson's footwork that part. But I like Hopper's son right now. He can get to the bucket, man. His ability to score around the basket is incredible. You know.
What do you think of this run? Well, I know it stopped last night, but what did you think of the run by the Knicks in this playoffs?
I just think it's good for basketball, you know, because just the camaraderie and just to see how excited, you know, the fans are, man. They do a good job at just kind of, so many different followers around. I just think it's good. And I think it's just good for basketball, you know, because, they're a rich tradition that hadn't won a title in a long time. So, I think it's good. I think both. It's just good to see. It's must-see TV on both sides with Wembanyama and the Knicks.
I agree. Wes doesn't. But Wes is.
I don't watch it like I used to when y'all play. They're just soft and they whine too much.
Soft.
Yeah, I think they're soft.
The culture is so different than everything. That's the adjusting part. But as far as now you got to admit the ref is letting them play a little bit more physical than they have played when any time that I've seen it, because it was just so bad at one point. I didn't like watching. But I think this year in the NBA, it seemed like the refs have dialed it back a little bit and have let them play.
Well, maybe I'm gonna watch the next one then. Hey, Enamo, real quick.
Yeah. No. Go ahead, please.
When you watch Wembley, is he the best athlete you've ever seen that's 7'4"?
Hey, listen to it. He's the most skilled athlete, I guess, at 7'4", because Ralph Sampson, you got to remember, was very skilled too. But
right,
I mean, he's very good. But Wemby he's the most skilled guy that I would have to say. I don't think nobody ever seen anything like this, man. A guy with a skill set, the way what he has. Yes.
I mean, especially the ball handling for a guy that tall, for his handle. I mean, there are certain times when he's doing a crossover and a step back for a three that I'm just like, that's unfair.
It's unfair, and you can't explain it. And watch this. It's a must-see TV. That's why I think he's going to get back more than once. But I think, something like that, they said, even on myself at the time, you can't explain God-given talent like that, man. I think he's you can see anything. Like, I mean, if this kid realized what he has, slow down just a little bit, and when he figure out just that part alone, I don't see anybody, right now getting in his way, because his skill set is just unmatched right now,
So a lot of people think the Garden is really, really special to play in. A lot of people say it's the most special place to play. Where do you think the most special place to play was for you?
I would have to say the atmosphere matter. New York definitely is one place that if you can't play in New York City, you can't play. I think the Forum was one place. New York City was definitely one for me in my time and career, and like especially Philadelphia. When you go to the Garden, Philadelphia, or New York, and L.A., I just think that it just has an attraction and an anointing that's so great there, man. That you just be up, you can't sleep at night because it's a traditional basketball place.
One more about Wemby in particular, and I kind of had this thought when I first saw Shaq in the early 90s, and especially his time with the Magic, and he bulked up a little bit, and he was an unstoppable force. There's no denying that. And I really do think that Wemby at 22 right now bulks up a little bit more, develops more of the inside game. You talk about that guy inside, outside. This could be a lot of fun to watch in the coming decade.
Yeah, like I see it like this. Once he slows down, because he's doing this thing, he's just running around like a little kid in a cookie store. But once he slows down, realize he is 7'5", and watch this. If he don't even go to a hook shot or just develop anything inside of 15, I mean, every time he has slowed down just a little bit, he's unstoppable. So I don't think we've seen anything like this. I mean, we always gonna be a like this moment, but his skill set is uncharted, man. It's crazy, man.
Forgive me for trying to simplify it, but why you just don't stick him in the middle and just lob up towards the rim? I know we see it occasionally where he'll grab it and dunk it, or just grab it and guide it. Why we don't see that 20 times a game, I don't know.
I don't think they know what to do. That's what I'm saying about. I think only time could tell how this kid going to mature and turn out, because it sounds easy to do, but he also in his body he's like a 6'3" point guard. I mean, a ball handling guard, man. At 7 feet 4 or 5, whatever he is, man. That's just. I mean, he must see TV for me. I don't get excited about too many things, but I actually would pay to go see him play. I really would,
So, who else is on your list? I would imagine, is Magic on that list? Who else is on that list?
That's definitely magic. Mike. Of course, I played with Michael Jordan. He had that driven factor to Isaiah Thomas is a guy I always admire to watch play. But when you see Stephen Curry, those type players that you don't know what they're gonna do. Like what Wemby, he blocked a shot I seen in the game. He jumped at the top of the backboard and blocked the ball over the backboard. I'm like, man, who does that? Yeah. Hey, not normal people do that.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he is a different breed, no doubt. Because I've been kind of used to. At least I grew up in a little bit of an era of the clumsy big guy. Of if you're over like Manute Bol type of just. They were not very coordinated, but you could understand why they were a bit, unorthodox.
He runs like a deer, man, at 7'5". He has a crossover like he's 6'2". He shoots the ball as well. This is what I'm saying. This is can't miss TV. That's why I say I'm just. It's good for the league, and it's good to see a talent like that come in. And like I said, I would like to see New York win it for this very reason right here, because of just the tradition and just the way basketball kind of like going and everything. It's just kind of good to see some of those good moments and different things come back. But I think with Wemby, I think the game's in good hand, and if more players come from over Europe like that, man, I'm like, oh my God, we in for really a treat,
Well, I want to get to that in a second, but there was one other moment last night that I have not seen every game of every minute for Wemby, and I don't know if he's done this in the past, but when he shoved Brunson, and to me, that was a moment of him growing up. How did you take that moment?
I think he has a killer instinct. I don't think LeBron James would have. First of all, go back to the Minnesota game would have elbowed the guy, and then I don't think Kevin Durant would have did it. I believe that he carries like an Isaiah Thomas, like a Michael Jordan, or what will it take? I think he would do anything to win, and that's called a killer instinct in a little bit. And I'm just happy to see it, because I think of like myself. I'm like, I don't think I'll do anything to win, but I think guys like that, if you look at him, he when he hit him with the elbow a Minnesota game, he was he's saying, hey, they bullied me. And last night he let Brunson know. He said, man, get out my way. You cannot stop me. And it seemed like a statement to me that I think it needs to be done. I'm happy to see it. Yeah.
I remember that moment. In fact, the Spurs almost beat Minnesota at Minnesota without Wemby. They didn't, but I mean, to hang how much they did was, to me, showing how really good that squad is, even without your superstar.
And they have the young guards, Towson. I think the whole makeup. If they add appropriately in the next 3 years, I think OKC, you may have a true rivalry with OKC and San Antonio. So you get that's the good stuff. I think that's missing, where guys making so much money and they don't enjoy the game, or you don't see the game played, I think the right way. But I think having a couple of rivalries and the way this year have gone, I think it's very good for basketball, and it's very exciting to see.
Well, the international game, you mentioned about the international players, and there is I know the NCAA is meeting later on this month about maybe put a little bit more of a clamp down on what you've played overseas, Emo. So how much more developed are the kids compared to Americans, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think that from the 3, 4, and 5 spots are so skilled, I think ahead of America right now, if I may be honest. From what I've seen at the time I played in Lithuania, and I played in Israel, and I played in the Philippines. But basically, the big guy, I think the big guy in their academies, in their school that they have, they put so much time into that part. But I believe that the 5, 4, and the 3 are skilled. I think the guard speed have not caught up with the United States yet, but for the most part, that the 3, 4, and 5 spot, you see someone like Jokic even on my Zagreb Lithuanian team, and I won the European Cup over there, I had 4 or 5 centers, man. They all could pass the ball. They all had different type styles, and they were all literally 6'10", 6'11", and 7 foot. I never seen anything like that in my life. Their big guys are really good over there.
I mean, to me, tell me, because you know way better than I do, Dirk Nowitzki seemed like the quintessential international player to me.
Yeah, he makes it seem like a Dirk, or I don't know if you remember Marshall Luna to come over Golden State, and even with this kid Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
He playing on a European, like let's say, fundamental squad, like they have a little club team. He's been playing at 15 years old. So by the time he gets here to the NBA, man, that's incredible, man. Most kids they not scared of the lights, because European in Europe, I mean, they play much tougher game in Europe. The refs let you get away with a lot more in Europe than they do in the NBA, you know.
So we had Steve Holman on yesterday, longtime play-by-play voice of the Atlanta Hawks, and I asked him, I'd like to ask you too, from regular season to playoffs, how different is the officiating?
I think because of Las Vegas and because of there's so many things other than that, I think it's affecting the game a little bit. But I think that the officiating can vary back and forth. But the point I want to make is that I think this year, for me, I played in the 80s. Where it was a hand check rule and different things like that. That changed the game because it was so much tougher. Then they put it where you could put your elbow up, and now they like ole, go through the lane, and basically get your bucket. But I think it changed everything how they call it, and this year they have let them play it a little bit,
Yeah, well, I mean, there are certain times, especially once the Knicks figured out themselves in the Atlanta series, and Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals is unlike anything I've ever seen. That was just indescribable what they were able to do against the Cavs, and you saw what happened the rest of that series after the Cavs really just, I mean, they couldn't make a bucket to save their life down the stretch in Game 1.
But when a moment comes, a defining moment, I believe, it's almost like when Phil Jackson came to Chicago and told Michael, "Hey, Michael, when I played with Mike earlier, he was just a scorer. He was trying to figure his way out." And Phil Jackson comes to listen, you need the other guys on the team to help you out. And I think once he figured it out, it was unstoppable. And I believe in the Knicks Cavalier game and the Atlanta Hawks game when they was down. I believe by their center, Cat, New York going through him. I believe that was a defining moment where I think needed to happen, because Bronson, remember the last 2 years, they didn't get past Indiana with him
that's right,
scoring all these points. But now I truly believe that they have tapped into something that going through, the big Cat, instead of just Bronson going one-on-one. I think it's a better fit for them, just personally,
That to me, again, from my vantage point, was the biggest difference between the Knicks winning and the Knicks losing last night. Was that Cat wasn't as big of a factor, especially defensively, where they were it felt like they were running around him last night. So it'd be interesting to see the adjustment for Game 4.
I do. I really believe that the Knicks get it. The Knicks win it 4-2. I think the Knicks take the next one, then they go to San Antonio. They may just my little prediction, and then that part. But I totally agree with you. He didn't seem focused as if he was playing in San Antonio, because the way he played in San Antonio made a statement that I don't think the Knicks can beat the Big Cat when he's playing in the middle. When he's focused, and I don't think no one can beat New York, and they go through him. Opposed to when Bronson is just scoring, I think that it's a defense. Like Indiana really beat New York 2 years in a row because of that method with Thibodeau. I'm not sure if he was coaching that way or that's his scheme, but I think Mike Brown has figured out something to go through the Big Cat and allow him to orchestrate the offense that way. I think that the Knicks have tapped into something which I think will get them a championship this year.
What did you think of Mike Brown speaking about the officiating? I know most coaches do, but what did you think of Mike Brown going there last night against the officials?
I think it's just a distraction, you know what I'm saying, to try to, calm some nerves down to different things because you got to think something. They hadn't lost a game since,
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, since the Hawks.
Yeah, since the Hawks. You got to think about it now. They hadn't lost a game, so. I mean, I think they probably play better this year, but with officiating, that's to me that's an excuse, that part because your whole team must be ready and didn't look like a couple guys came to play with urgency the way San Antonio played against OKC with urgency when they came back, and last night they went in the Garden, and to me they just had more of an urgency to win, and it seemed like New York saying, "Hell, I think they're going to lay down," and it didn't happen. They played well. Yeah.
Wow. So now that we're at 2-1, you say New York, that'll be 3-1. So you think New York? I mean, there has been a New York-based team to go up 3-1 and lose. Although that was a different sport there with the Yankees, but who do you like to ultimately win this series?
My heart really won't because it's must-see TV with San Antonio, but I think he's got some years to go. I really don't, I go for the local team here, which is the Wizards. They're not ready yet. So with New York, I just think that I think this may be a good. I think it's New York time. I believe that if they can come under control and play. I think they'll play well the next game. And I got it going 4-2. That's just my opinion. I think the Knicks take it 4-2. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How much have you ever paid for a ticket? Did you see what tickets were going for the game last night?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't think I'm never paying for a ticket that much, because I didn't pay for one for myself, so I know I ain't gonna probably pay for one, for that part, but. I mean, that's the diehard fans, and that tells you when you say must-see TV. I think with Moulton, the big center, and this year right here, has been that type of year where people want. I think people want to see him play. I really do.
It's that money was just crazy. Although I will tell you the West Neighbors rule of attending a game. Do you want to pass along words of wisdom here to Enamo?
I've never been outside a stadium where you couldn't get a cheap a ticket for half what it was going for the day before the game, or less. In fact, if you take a little kid with you, I don't care if you have to rent it. You take the little kid; it can be your neighbor's kid. Somebody's going to give you the tickets. That's happened to me so many times. I'd be out there holding up two, and I got the little kid holding it.
Yes, I think you done figured out. I think you done figured out the way. Where that's pretty smart right there. Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
My reaction always has been, well, Wes knows everybody. So that he's.
Well, the people never met before.
No, he's renting kids. Is what he's doing. He's renting kids.
That's pretty good.
When my kids were little, I'd have them, and they said, "Daddy, we don't have a ticket." I said, "Yeah, we will." Y'all just sit there and look sad. And I throw up two or three fingers. Yeah.
Hey, you figured something out there, Wes,
and there'd be some guy come that, there's somebody got sick. Or, they're going to be extra tickets,
That's true.
And if they're going for a lot, people don't want to have to. Rich people bought them. Rich people don't need the money, right? You just.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they don't. You just hold up 2 or 3 fingers.
They don't need.
Now,
the
if you hold up 6, you're out.
If the other arm goes up, you're screwed.
Yes, you got to have one. You got to have 2. 2 or 3.
2 the magic number?
2 or 3. Okay. Not any more than that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I had people give me 4 or 5 tickets on the way in that they want. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, because somebody got sick and they don't want to mess with the people scalping. They might mug them. Seriously. So you sit there, you're very respectful, and yeah. It's
here to educate.
Yes,
Enos Watley.
Yeah,
here to educate.
Enimo, you need to get a grandchild and take him to the game. You'll get him free.
I have two. I'm going to Rome this week. So I
wow.
I have two grand. So it'd be interesting, but I'm taking the knowledge down.
All right, so Mr. International, I've not been out of the United States in a long, long time, but what part internationally do you recommend going to the most? Is it Rome?
Well, Rome. My son's, he's been playing basketball over there, so and my two grandbabies are over there. But I think if you ever get a chance, man, it's really beautiful, man. The sight, from they down south in Catania. We've been one time, and my wife and I decided, to go to Rome and Tuscany and the Amalfi Coast. It's really a beautiful place. I mean, it really is.
Wow. Sounds like we need to take the show to Rome.
Yeah, well.
Hey, if you do, I'll meet you over there, okay?
Yeah, so Steve's going to have to get somebody to go out to the airport and hold two. I don't think that'll work.
Yeah. Hey, that's true.
Boy, if it works getting into a game,
No, I don't think it'll work out there.
Okay. All right. Enos Watley, thank you so much for the time, and safe travels to you, sir.
Appreciate it, man. I always.
Enimo, good talking to you. All right.
Always.
That is
Roll Tide. Right.
Roll Tide.
That is Enos Watley. Always fun breaking down some basketball as well as travel. I mean, goodness gracious. Played all around and getting ready to head out to Rome. Looky who we got here. That is Jen about to join us as we need to take our final time out of hour number 1. We're live here from the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Jen joins us next right here on The Drive.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour of The Drive is brought to you by Lynn Leighton Ford, located online at lynnleightonford.com.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and our employee pricing for everyone is in high gear right now at Lynn Leighton Ford in Decatur. That's right, everyone in the Tennessee Valley can get our special Ford employee pricing on over 280 available new Fords. Save up to $15,000 off MSRP on remaining new 25 F-150s and up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos. With your good credit, you can save thousands with financing as low as 0% on select new models. And always remember, Lynn Leighton Ford will never charge you any mysterious dock fee or some hidden markup. It's simple. You pay what we pay on 280 new Fords. That's right, $15,000 off MSRP on new 25 F-150s. $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos, or lock in 0% financing on select new models. Come see us at Lynn Leighton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnleightonford.com.
This is Jen with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Y'all need to come join us. We have so many fun things every night of the week. From Monday night, steak night, Tuesday night, karaoke, Wednesday night, we have Singo Bingo, Thursday night is bike night. Of course, we've got live music on the weekends, so y'all come join us. Meridian Street Crossing, we've got Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Come on next door to the Rocket City Honky Tonk, where we've got honky tonk music all night long. Y'all come join us. We'd love to see you.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
At Kern Electrical, we're more than just a Generac generator dealer. We're your partners in ensuring your home or business never loses power, especially when it matters most. Call 256-880-1880 today or visit gensuperstore.com for reliable power solutions that work when you need them most.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental.
When a team sticks together, it shows in the way they work and the way they treat you.
We don't just hire great people, they stay. On average, our managers have been with us over 15 years and company-wide turnover is under 3%.
It's a culture built on integrity and heart.
When you call, you get someone who knows your name, understands your business, and is invested in your success.
And that means service you can count on every time.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We stay warm and humid as we head into the overnight, but we should remain rather dry. Temperatures dropping into the upper 60s, lower 70s. A mostly to partly sunny sky for your Wednesday. It's going to be warm and humid again. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s. It'll feel like it's in the low and mid 90s. Maybe a passing shower, but I do think the vast majority of us are going to be dry. We're going to repeat this as we head into your Thursday.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Back here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. He's Wes. I'm Steve. That's Jen.
Hey, hey, hey.
How you doing, Jen?
Did you miss me?
Good to see you.
It's better to see y'all. See, I feel like I'm in the Hall of Fame because we're sitting in the dining room where we have Wes all over the walls.
That's
the wall
Did you
of
notice
neighbors.
that?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't notice that.
In fact, I think we should start doing shots if people can guess what number he was at what year,
Well-
because I'm assuming you weren't that number every year.
No. That's
not you?
No.
This is the wall
Is
of
that somebody
neighbors.
else?
So that's the 46 is my son.
Oh.
91's my brother.
You're making
77's my uncle. 73 is my dad. 54 was my number, and 43 is my other son.
Oh, my
from LSU.
goodness. I had no idea. I thought it was all you.
See, he
I'm
jumped
all
in-
disappointed.
He jumped into the portal and went to LSU.
Yeah.
Oh,
Last
my
year.
goodness. I
Yes.
thought it was all you. Now
No.
I'm all disappointed.
Well,
It's all good.
It was all me.
Well, let's talk about sports.
I think 73's got something to say about that.
Yeah.
I thought we could have some good gossip.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
How does that sound? If you come from the bar, you got to have good gossip.
So you've been at the bar?
I'm always at the bar.
Okay.
The bar is filled up.
I just make the bar look better.
There's no
You
question
do.
about
How
that.
about
You
that?
do. You do.
That's why I dressed up, because I knew everybody could see me on the radio.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Let's talk about Alabama. Even though I am a Mississippi State fan, I did have to realize that I need to be loyal to the Alabama fans. So, Alabama is the only Division I sports team that has folks in the football playoffs.
That's right.
The Sweet 16.
That's right.
And the Baseball World Series.
That's right.
And
And
the
they didn't have
softball.
anybody.
And the softball World Series.
Oh, is
as well.
that softball?
Well, it's
Did I not
both.
say that?
It's
And the women's basketball.
All that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody gambled on it. No?
Wow.
Well, maybe the Texas Tech quarterback, but you know.
Well, I was told no players gambled on them.
And so nobody won any money. That I wonder where you get that. What your source is there?
Well, I don't know. They were all drinking. So I assume it was good information.
Yes, you got good. They skipped the softball team.
Yeah, they did, and the women's basketball team
Yeah.
too.
Oh, goodness. Maybe
Yeah.
I just didn't take good enough notes.
Well, no, they probably missed it.
Okay.
If they're drinking. Yeah.
Well, or I was.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
no. All that to say, it's good to see y'all. And we're glad to have you.
It
Because
is
y'all
good
are
to be back.
family.
Yeah, it's good
Obviously,
to be
you're
back.
family because
I
you're all
mean,
over the walls.
like-
My goodness, you can't get any more plastered in here than all over these walls, right? I do think we should have a shot in your honor, so we will have to do that.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
I guess so.
So we have lots of fun things coming up.
Okay.
We had a great week. Now, wrestling is next week. I'm supposed to call it wrestling. So wrestling is next Wednesday.
Okay.
Super fun, and everyone loves that. Just good old Country wrestling.
Wrestling.
Okay. Yes,
Wrestling.
yes. Tomorrow night we're having a free show, and it's like a rock show, and that's going to be next door. So at Honky Tonk, we got that.
Honky Tonk. Yep.
Okay.
It's going to be a rock show at the
Honky Tonk.
You know,
Every
Southern
once in a while.
country rock. How does that sound?
Yes.
Country rock.
Oh, country rock's my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, you know you can jig
Like
to
Leonard
that.
Skinner.
Oh yes, that's
All right.
about as country as you can get. No. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so then we've got Prince. You love our Prince concert.
Yes, been several times.
I gotta sell these villas.
Let's see.
I just do not know why no one has booked these villas. We've got to book villas, y'all. Don't you love Prince?
Yes, and I stayed. Last time I watched it was in
And
a
you
villa.
had a villa,
It was
right?
unbelievably
Y'all,
fun.
I've got some
Yes.
villas. They're like $550, and they come with 10 tickets.
Okay.
Y'all need to come. Everyone needs to come see the Prince concert. It's on the 19th. Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah, it
And
does.
if people don't really want to do that, this week we have a good week. We've got bike night, and we've got Big Daddy Kingfish.
And bike nights just to come,
Isn't that
just
fun?
worth coming to eat the food and see
that
the cooks.
I make.
Yes.
See? Because I make all the food on bike
That's
night, and
right.
it's free, and you get some yummy food. We're doing chicken this week, and I'm going to do mac and cheese. We're going to have yummy stuff. The weather should be nice. It'll be beautiful. Then Jedi. For those that are local, you
With the
should
local
support the
band.
local
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
Who doesn't love some Jedi?
Absolutely.
Right? And then over the weekend, we have Songbird. They're like 80s to 2000, just dance music. So if people are bored and it's summertime and they need to get out, yeah, they should come to the factory.
So absolutely. There's a paddle for every ass here.
That's what I think.
Yes.
People have asked me, and just in the past year, here's how I have described the factory. If you go down to the beach where you see these bars down at the beach.
Floribama all day long, right? Just in Huntsville.
This has that feel.
That's
just
right.
Here in
Well,
downtown Huntsville.
it used to just be the factory, though. And,
Yeah,
and then the Haven.
Oh,
and
do you not
it's
love
just,
my little
yes,
Haven?
It is awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's just such a sweet little spot.
And it's a perfect place for
Every event,
There you
from
go.
wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, birthday parties. I'm doing celebration of life. We kind of do it all. Reunions, we do it all.
And then whoever wants to go to the country bar, go to the country
They
bar.
do, and then they just go
Different
out back
bands.
to the
Yeah,
patio,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And you just all convene right here.
Oh, I mean.
And-
This is just the Cheers bar where everybody just loves everybody.
It's
And you get lots of good gossip.
you want to share with the class or?
Well, we already went down that road. So I thought I did pretty good for not knowing a whole lot about sports.
No, you did.
Okay.
You did.
All right.
In terms of turnaround.
And so that pretty much, if any, the Mississippi State thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I'm not allowed to mention.
Oh, they were doing so well. They
Georgia
really
last
were.
year. Yeah.
They got
The
dogged at
Arizona
Georgia.
State.
I know.
Well,
That is a sore subject.
So for people that are interested, how quick of a turnaround can you do an event, say at the Haven?
Oh my goodness, they can just call me because I'm gonna take care of them, and everyone
But
can call me.
I mean,
like today,
realistically,
I'm good at that.
you can do it in like a day.
Oh, you know it. I take care of everybody. I just do everything
If it's open,
for them.
she
You
can
know
make it happen.
I can, yes. So people can call us. They can look at our website at thehavenal.com. They can call me, 256-426-1989. They can come here to the bar, and I'll buy them shots. Our Blackberry Crown. I think that's going to be the shot. Maybe we should make that the neighbor shot. The Blackberry Crown shot.
Well, we
Who
have to
doesn't
try
love
one
blackberry
first.
lemonade?
Oh, he wants to taste test.
Oh, we might have to have a little taste test, right?
But I mean, I would assume that there is, sometimes last minute stuff that
There is.
comes up.
Yes, and that's where celebration of life, that's
Yeah.
where a lot of those events happen. At retirement parties.
Yeah.
I do a lot of corporate events. That's my bread and butter. And my goal is to just bless people and take care of people. I'm not trying to take everything off the top. It's just truly to bless people with what we have.
And I'm telling you, the Haven, you've thought of everything over there. Every little nook and cranny, I can tell, has
I
that.
hope so, because my love language is serving people, and I really do love that, whether it's at my home or it's at the bar. I'll take care of you.
Wow.
How's that sound?
Wow.
Sounds awesome.
It sounds great.
I don't know sports, but I know entertaining.
Tell them how to get in contact with you again.
They can call me, 256-426-1989, or thehavenal.com, or call the factory.
And when is the Prince concert?
The 19th.
The 19th?
The 19th. Everybody needs to come.
That's coming.
Y'all, the Prince concert
And
is cool.
there are still villas available.
There are. Everyone needs to
And-
get a villa.
yeah.
It's a fun place to have a party,
It is
isn't it?
100%.
You had a good party.
Oh, 100%. It was a lot of fun.
And that Blackberry Crown is purple. That
Purple
shot.
drink.
Purple drink.
Yeah,
It really
purple
is.
drink.
Purple
I don't
rain.
want to play for the Raiders
oh
anyway.
my goodness.
Jamarco's got plenty of money.
Oh, me. We've got a lot going on, and it's a great summer start off right now. It really is. So.
Jim, always great to see you.
And it's fun to see you in our Hall of Fame in the dining room, right? I'm not used to that, but I feel like I'm
neighbors.
Yes. We'll celebrate with a drink.
Yes, we will.
Cheers.
Thank you, Jen. The College World Series comes up later on this week. In fact, we are going to have Troy against West Virginia coming up on Friday, 1 o'clock. And then we'll have Trash Panda Baseball that night. But then also coming up on Saturday, obviously, we're the Alabama station here in North Alabama, as we'll have the Crimson Tide taking on Oklahoma. Then Saturday night, it's Georgia and Texas as well right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Chris Burke was on a conference call earlier today, mentioned about Troy and Alabama. Here's what Chris Burke from ESPN had to say about the two squads heading to Omaha. For Troy, it's their first trip in school history.
Yeah, what do I see from them? I see a head coach who's another Louisville guy who just is a ball of energy. And, I'm a big believer that the team takes on the makeup of their head coach. And he's got those guys believing. Everybody kind of knows the story, that the schedule they played and really the second to last day of their regular season in the conference tournament, where they won those 2 games and got their heart broke the night before and then bounced back and won 2 games, which is probably what got them in the field. But really, sitting in that squeeze play studio, watching what they were able to do, losing the first game and then fighting back through that regional and beating a Florida team that, honestly, I think from a talent perspective is as talented. I think 5-10 years from now, we might look back and that roster might have as many big leaguers on it as any. The fact that they were able to come back and win that thing and really just take care of Florida 2 times in a row was shocking. Jay Boroff, or Babe Boroff, as I like to call him, is, I think, one of the neatest stories in the country. And then, I've been very impressed with their arm talent. There's some guys there that can really make guys miss. And so I think from a pitching staff standpoint, they can stay in games. Now, we all know that Charles Schwab Field could play a little different this time of year, and they have hit a lot of long balls here in the postseason, but that's going to be true of everybody. West Virginia's hit a bunch of long balls too. So I'd be shocked if Troy and West Virginia isn't a good game. I think both those teams are playing very well. And Troy, when you watch them play, they look like they belong. Janicki's a star. Their infield defense has been very good. And of course, the whole Jay Boroff story, it really is fascinating to me. So, and from Alabama's perspective, I'm as guilty of this as anybody. I can't think of a top 8 national seed SEC team that has gotten less buzz than Alabama. It's really kind of wild when you think about just how overlooked they've been. I think part of that, honestly, comes because their team has just been very up and down, and their star player, Justin LeBron, has also been so. That being said, they've got arguably the most stable, trustworthy starting rotation in the country. And when they play good defense, which is what they did in the Super Regional, they're going to be in most every game because they can really pitch. Now, the bullpen's a little light, and the offense is not what you would consider spectacular when you stack them up against the rest of the field. But the reliability and the pitchability of their starting rotation gives them a chance in every ball game that they're in. So I think both those teams have a puncher's chance here as we get started.
That was Chris Burke earlier today on a conference call that ESPN provided, talking about both Troy and Alabama. You're getting paged over there. You're getting paged over there. We're here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, 1 hour in the books. In terms of a favorite to win the College World Series, Chris Burke went into that a little bit on the conference call. And I'll let you hear that conversation. Certainly, if you'd like to join us, you can do so. Well, just come on down to the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, or give us a ring at 256-576-4977. The telephone number, again, 256-576-4977. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and our employee pricing for everyone is in high gear right now at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. That's right, everyone in the Tennessee Valley can get our special Ford employee pricing on over 280 available new Fords. Save up to $15,000 off MSRP on remaining new 25 F-150s and up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos. With your good credit, you can save thousands with financing as low as 0% on select new models. And always remember, Lynn Layton Ford will never charge you any mysterious dock fee or some hidden markup. It's simple. You pay what we pay on 280 new Fords. That's right, $15,000 off MSRP on new 25 F-150s, $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos, or lock in 0% financing on select new models. Come see us at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lucy. The two-time defending World Series champion Dodgers visiting Paul Skeens and the Pirates on this Tuesday night. Brian Reynolds, Ryan O'Hearn have each gone deep. Pittsburgh leading LA 2-0, bottom one. Yankees and Guardians scoreless, bottom one. New York A's Garrett Cole looking to bounce back after giving up 4 runs in 5 1/3 in his last start. Diamondbacks and Marlins tied at 1, bottom one in Miami. Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby's trial against the NCAA is set for February 8th, 2027, 2 weeks after the college football playoff national championship will be played. Yesterday, a judge granted Sorsby a temporary injunction that might clear him to play for the Red Raiders this fall, even after the NCAA declared him ineligible for wagering on college sports. Unsportsmanlike co-host Chris Canty.
If he's allowed to play, this is going to be his last year of high-level football. There's no NFL team that's going to touch this. Not this. I don't give a damn how good he is, because this is a can of worms that you just don't want to open up. I'm shocked that we have this ruling. I can't imagine that this helps Brandon Sorsby in terms of what his ambitions might be in high-level football beyond college.
The Big 12 Executive Board will discuss its options in a meeting with Commissioner Brett Yormark on Thursday. No word yet from the Hurricanes whether Brandon Bussey or Freddie Anderson will start in goal in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight versus Vegas. Coverage in an hour on ABC. Carolina down 2-1. Ravens defensive end Calais Campbell told reporters he believes the 2026 NFL season, his 19th in the league, will be his final one. Campbell turns 40 in September.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Wednesday as the Spurs look to even the finals, I'll tell you what I need to see from Wemby in Game 4 if they want to get the job done. It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
.97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Hour 2 rolls along here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. So that was a blackberry. What was that? A blackberry shot?
Blackberry crown is what you call it?
Well, anyway, come on by here to the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill when you can enjoy yourself here at the Furniture Factory.
You know, I'm sitting
Bar
here
and
watching
Grill.
WCCN TV and the wall of neighbors.
And
the Neighbors Wall of Fame.
And
so whose jersey is whose?
Okay, 46 is Keith.
That's
Wesley.
Wesley.
91's Keith. 77 Sidney.
And Sidney was related to your dad.
It was his brother.
Okay, that was his. Okay.
Yeah, and then he was the first.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay, so he was the older brother.
Yes, and then my dad.
73 is your dad.
I got that one.
And then the
54
LSU
is
is
you.
easy.
Oh,
43 is easy.
Bone saw.
Yeah.
Bone saw.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Braves at White Sox. That game is about to start. And you know what? Excuse me. Yeah, it's about to start. 6:40 first pitch. Grant Holmes is on the mound tonight for the Braves, who are 9 games up in the NL East with a 45-21 record. Just for U.S., it is game number 67 and road game number 34. Game can be found on Braves Vision, Gray TV. So that's over the airwaves, I want to say on 48.3, something like that. But
48 dot something. Just go to WAFF.com.
Yeah, just 48 dot something. I like that even better. And if you want to listen to the Braves, tune in to our fine folks down in Guntersville at WTWX at 95.9 as we have Trash Panda Baseball here for you on Talk Radio WZZN. And as soon as we are done, we will join the Trash Pandas in progress as the Trash Pandas are taking on the Chattanooga Lookouts. They're in their new digs. They're just about an hour and a half up the road. So it's only a couple of weeks left in the first half of the season. And there is a tight race. I want to say the Trash Pandas are a half game back of Knoxville. So a real tight race here down the stretch for the first half title for the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And again, you can listen to every pitch on Talk Radio WZZN, but we're carrying more Trash Panda baseball games right here. And as soon as we are done here at the Furniture Factory, we will join that game in progress here tonight. Played a little bit of Chris Burke and what he had to say about both Troy and Alabama, but he was also asked about favorites to win the College World Series and went into, honestly, a matchup that you'll be able to hear Saturday night. The two teams that Chris Burke from ESPN believes that has the best shot at winning the College World Series is?
Just on paper, somebody that is obviously watched a lot of baseball all year long, but especially the last 2 weeks. Georgia and Texas feel like the best two teams. That's no slight to anybody else. You could probably tell me any of the 8 teams are holding a trophy, and I could probably figure out a way to make a case for that. However, you know, you look at Georgia, they started to have that feel down the stretch, and really they got my attention when they went to Auburn after sewing up the conference regular season title. They go on the road to Auburn and win 2 games in a row to win that series. I was like, wow, this has the, and I called those games. I thought, wow, this has the feel of a team that doesn't care about what's in the barn. They just are so competitive and so veteran led that they want to win the game in front of them. And they don't really know how to take the foot off the gas. And when they did that, I was like, okay, now they have my attention as kind of the favorite. And then they went to Hoover and just took care of business. I mean, just business-like. They got down, what was it, 6-0 or 8-0 to Florida in the semifinal game and won anyway against Florida's best bullpen arms. And so I just think you look, and then they played one of the most epic super regional games and didn't drop either one of those games against Mississippi State. It's hard not to pick the SEC champion, the SEC tournament champion, and then the team that knocked off one of the hottest teams in the country in a super regional. It's hard for me not to put them as the favorite. That said, Texas feels like they can almost match them dude for dude, and Texas checks a bunch of the boxes. They got stars. They've got starting pitching. They've got one of the loudest closers from a stuff standpoint in Sam Cozart. They've got bridge pieces in the bullpen. So it would, to me, if you're looking at SEC favorites, it starts with Georgia and Texas. But certainly Bama, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma, you look at their pathway to Omaha, and those three teams, if it falls their way, could easily be in the finals. And once you're in the finals, obviously you have a puncher's chance. So, I don't want to straddle the fence there. I started with what I think are the two best teams, and feel pretty strong that one of those two teams should be called the favorite as we enter the week.
I mean, if you really, and I think Chris makes a solid argument as to the two best teams, and that's a first-round matchup you're going to get Saturday night.
You know Tommy Brown? You remember Tommy Brown?
Yeah,
His brother plays for Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, he won several national championships in Alabama.
Yeah.
And then he posted something today. His other brother won a national championship somewhere too, and I haven't looked into that. Actually, he calls me occasionally. Called me last week. But yeah, if Georgia wins the national championship, all three of the boys will have a national championship in their sport. That's just incredible.
But arguably, from Chris Burt, someone who's watched a whole lot more college baseball the past month and a half than I have, you're arguably getting a championship matchup Saturday night and a first-round matchup.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
In Omaha, just how the bracket just kind of comes down.
So this basically is double elimination.
It's double elimination.
Until the final game is 2 out of 3.
It's best 2 out of 3. Yep, that's right.
But that's a great way to pick a champion, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. You got an entire side of the bracket that is just SEC, and we're going to carry as much of
I
the
wish
College
the basketball
World
would do
Series
that with like 50 teams instead of having everybody and their mother go into the and do a double elimination tournament like that, and then the last two play a series.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
to me, that's a better way to get a true champion, not just, because everybody has one bad night,
Yeah. A true champion.
Yeah.
Total of 5 SEC teams, and it is kind of neat to think about. You had Bama, Oklahoma in the first round of the college football playoff, and now you've got Bama, Oklahoma in Omaha Saturday afternoon. Kind of a neat little twist on those two schools. But you got 5 SEC teams, and Chris Burke was asked about, again, the dominance of the Southeastern Conference in college baseball.
I think the fascinating part to me about where the SEC is in the last 3 years, I think 11, Colin, make sure this is right. I think 11 different SEC teams have made it to the College World Series in the last 3 years. So, you think about it, this is the record year for one conference having a number of teams there, and there's no Vanderbilt, no LSU, no Tennessee, no Arkansas, no Florida, who have made it the most in the last 10 years from that conference. So that to me is kind of jaw-dropping. It's a conference that essentially everybody is invested in the sport, and you see South Carolina, I believe, just hired Kevin Schnall today. So it's only getting harder. It's really impressive when you look at the diversity of teams in the conference that made the event. And so it's the first seed from Hoover. It's the number 1 seed Georgia, the number 2 seed Texas, the number 4 seed Alabama, and then you have the 9 seed Ole Miss and the 11 seed Oklahoma. So, yeah, you have the top of the league represented, but then you also have, the middle bottom-ish of the league represented in Omaha. And I think it just lends a lot of credence to what you hear the coaches and players say all the time, which is every weekend in that league feels very much like a super regional. And each win you get in that league starts to define your postseason draw. And so the race to 14, 15, 16, 18 conference wins, there's so much pressure associated with it that when these teams get in the postseason, whoever they draw, it doesn't feel new to them. There's not a newness to the intensity and the level of play because they truly do it 10 weeks in a row. So I don't think there's ever been a tournament that bears that out more than this year's field.
That is Chris Burt on the depth of the Southeastern Conference in college baseball. I thought it was very well put. And, yeah, he mentioned South Carolina. For those that don't know, South Carolina just hired the Coastal Carolina coach, who, oh, by the way, has a College World Series championship on his resume. So South Carolina trying to get back to their Ray Tanner days and go back, as it went back-to-back national champions there back in the day. I think that was 10 and 11, somewhere in that neighborhood with Ray Tanner. Exciting time.
It's unbelievable, really. I mean, it's so. How many teams got in the basketball? How many teams got in the playoffs in football?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, how many teams are in now in baseball? It truly means more. And then Auburn won the golf championship.
It did.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
256-576-4977, the telephone number. We will have the Troy, West Virginia game. Those two teams, by the way, those are representing two teams that make their first trip to Omaha in school history, and that comes up on Friday at 1 o'clock, and we'll have the game for you right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Okay, so I started off the program by mentioning a potential mystery guest. That ain't going to happen. I called him at the top of the hour, and he's obviously neck deep. You could hear it in his voice.
Yeah, he is.
He is getting ready for testimony up in D.C. He's been called by Senator Cruz and Senator Cantwell. Coach Derek Mason, the head football coach at Middle Tennessee, he's joined us in the past, and I'm going to get him on after his testimony. But he is going to be front and center tomorrow.
He seemed nervous, didn't he?
Yeah, yes, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, you could hear it in his voice. And the brief, I called him at the top of the hour during Sports Center just to see if he had any availability, and you could tell he was cramming for midterms, if not a final exam, because there's a lot on his plate. Charles Huff, the head football coach at the University of Memphis, is also on this panel, as is Felicia Leggett. It's Felicia Leggett-Jack. She is the women's basketball head coach at Syracuse University, and the commissioner of the Big South, and Sharika Montgomery, and Gannon Flynn, who is a student athlete, a men's swimmer at Boston University, is also on the list for the panel tomorrow up in D.C. So, once again, I'll be monitoring C-SPAN just to hear, in particular, what Derek Mason has to say. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take an early timeout right here. Final call for phone calls. Come up on the other side. Then we'll make way for Trash Panda Baseball as we're live here from the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and our employee pricing for everyone is in high gear right now at Lynn Layton Ford in Decatur. That's right, everyone in the Tennessee Valley can get our special Ford employee pricing on over 280 available new Fords. Save up to $15,000 off MSRP on remaining new 25 F-150s and up to $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos. With your good credit, you can save thousands with financing as low as 0% on select new models. And always remember, Lynn Layton Ford will never charge you any mysterious dock fee or some hidden markup. It's simple. You pay what we pay on 280 new Fords. That's right, $15,000 off MSRP on new 25 F-150s. $8,000 off MSRP on new 25 Broncos, or lock in 0% financing on select new models. Come see us at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline in Decatur, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
The LG software team brings you Bamboo HR. Bamboo streamlines everything from hiring to offboarding and eliminating manual HR tasks.
With Bamboo, our customers have saved time, stay organized, and keep employees happier with a seamless HR experience.
This is unique to Huntsville and Birmingham, and I urge you to ask about it.
Just ask anyone.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231.
Introducing The Golfus, Huntsville's newest, nicest, and only multi-location indoor golf venue. Play over 2,000 courses with state-of-the-art simulator technology, perfect for golfers of all skill levels. For a limited time, grab an unlimited membership for just $99 a month, or book with our grand opening pricing. It's the best value in Huntsville. Check us out at thegolfus.com.
This is Jen with The Haven, a private event space located downtown Huntsville. If you haven't been before, this is the perfect spot for your event. Whether it's Christmas, the holidays, birthdays, weddings, rehearsal dinners, you name it, I can provide that perfect event for you. We tailor everything just for your needs, from food to flowers to the band to drinks. You name it, we've got it. The Haven, located at Meridian Crossings, downtown Huntsville.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. There behind the glass stands a real blade of grass.
Back here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Still got an opportunity to head over to our website, 977ESPN.com. Click on the Big Zone deals and enjoy $50 of Furniture Factory food for just $20. You're going to get two $25 gift certificates for just $20. Simple as that. Again, 977ESPN.com. Click on the Big Zone deals and enjoy some food. Here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, might I recommend the Blanco Nacho?
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. I'm not going to try it
The
again.
Blanco
I'm
nachos.
The Blanco nachos.
Hey,
Thank
one other
you.
radio station doubles your money. Not them.
No.
Not those other. It's us. It's us.
And it's immediate. It's immediate. As
Right
soon
away.
as you buy it, you get it. You don't have to wait on anything.
The nachos.
Yeah, the nachos.
I love the
Blanco
nachos.
nachos.
The
Yeah,
Blanco
go for a
nachos,
couple
those
of
are great.
Yeah, the Blanco nachos. They're fantastic.
I like the good Omker too.
So give me. Do you have the baseball odds, for the tournament?
College World Series.
Yeah. I imagine Georgia's favorite.
I would guess that maybe either Troy or West Virginia would be on the bottom part of that odds-on favorite. You heard just Chris Burke mention that his two favorites, and Texas is your odds-on favorite to win the whole thing. They're at a plus 275, followed by Georgia at a plus 300. Dogs won the regular season as well as the SEC tournament. Third on the list is North Carolina at a plus 350. That is your lone team out of the ACC. Then West Virginia at a plus 700. Ole Miss at a plus 800. Oklahoma at a plus 1,600. I guess they flipped this because Alabama's at a plus 1,400. So Oklahoma has longer odds. And your long shot is Troy at a plus 3,500. Go Trojans. That would be a great story.
Money, yeah.
That would be a great story. So there you go. The odds-on favorite is Texas. Your biggest long shot are the Troy Trojans. Well, I just saw on SportsCenter, and the fine folks at the Worldwide Leader have already cut it up. Jay Billis was on SportsCenter roughly about a half an hour ago, and Jay believes that he can't imagine that the Brennan Sorsby injunction will hold up, and that's
what I agree with him.
I just can't imagine that standing up. In order to get preliminary injunction, you have to show irreparable harm, which, I think Sorsby could make a good argument for, but you also have to show a likelihood of success on the merits at trial, and I don't think there's any likelihood that he would win at trial. And I get the argument that Jeffrey Kessler and his co-counsel made about Sorsby having a gambling sickness and it's a mental health issue and all that stuff, but to me, that wouldn't win the day if I were deciding the case. So, I'm pretty confident it'll get overturned, and I understand that people are upset about it. I think some of the things that have been said have been a little over the top. I mean, let's give the appeals process a little bit of time. It's not like the season starts tomorrow. There's time for this to be remedied, and it doesn't mean that the NCAA needs an antitrust exemption from Congress. It shouldn't be factored in. Not a big deal. It's just one player, and I don't think it opens the floodgate for every college athlete to turn into Pete Rose. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
This was courtesy of the Rich Eisen show from earlier in the day, but replayed on SportsCenter.
See, I trust him. He is a lawyer.
Yeah, he is. Rich Eisen asked Billis, what if teams take Texas Tech off their schedule?
That's fine. Go ahead. I think that's an overreaction too. Look, Texas Tech's cross-country team didn't do anything. That seems to be an overreaction to me. But if they want to do that, look, it's one player. And again, I don't think this is going to be a major issue that we're going to see over and over again. But it's uncomfortable. I think the judge in this case was incorrect in the ruling. I think it's going to be remedied on appeal. And once it is, then if it is, I don't think we're going to have to worry about this again. But the NBA and NFL don't have to worry about things like this because all of their rules are collectively bargained with the players. So they don't have to deal with this. And that's what the NCAA needs to do, is they need collective bargaining with the players.
So
I know a non-lawyer has been saying that for a long time.
So that leads to, does college football need a salary cap?
The NCAA has been lobbying Congress for a long, long time now. They've spent millions upon millions of dollars doing this. I am not discounting the possibility that they could get what they want. It's possible. I don't think it's likely or probable that they're going to get what they want, but it's possible. And I think it's been a waste. They should be looking for a solution where the players are part of this, because the players are driving the engine. And you can tell by how much the players are being pursued by these institutions and how much they're being paid that they have tremendous value. Schools know how you win. You win with the best players. You certainly want outstanding coaches, but you win with the best players, and they're willing to pay to get them. But if you want a system, like people say, well, the NBA has a salary cap, the NFL has a salary cap. Yes, they do, but it's agreed upon by the players. And we can do that in college sports. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not that difficult. It can be done.
Well, I mean, that's what collective bargaining is, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't just, you have to collectively bargain what the player's percentage would be, this or that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've said it the whole time. The only way they're going to get there is with collective bargaining. There's no other way to do it. And to get around what the Supreme Court said.
And again, for those of you just joining us, the biggest news out of the day today is that the court date has been set for the NCAA versus Brennan Sorsby. It's February of 27.
But they can get, there's other things they can do before that. That's when it's supposed to be tried. But if they can get it reversed, which I think they can. And obviously, Billings.
Jay Billis.
Yes, he thinks that as well.
I can't say Blanco Nachos, and you can't say Jay Billis.
I can't remember his damn name. Billis, though, yeah. I just know I like him. I always have. I don't always agree with him.
We've had him on the program several times.
Yeah, and he is But what he says is, you got to listen to what he says. 100%.
Yes.
His opinion matters.
And you can hear he is a lawyer.
Yes.
In a big, big way. So yesterday I played Joel Klatt's Selling Alabama. It's buy-sell time. Welcome to June. Trying to fill time. Some stock up, stock down. He is selling Ole Miss as well.
Next sell. Just touched on this. You lose a guy that was that important to building a culture that can win at the top end, and then you lose him. Ole Miss is going to be a sell for me. I love Trinidad Chambliss. I love Kejuan Lacey. There's no doubt. But they were 13-2 and reached the semifinal a year ago. Pete Golding, as good of a job as he did last year, he retained the offensive staff that was under Lane for the playoff run. They're no longer there. And they had a chip on their shoulder. I mean, Pete Golding himself has talked about the fact that he didn't want to be a head coach. And now he's kind of thrust into this position in part because there was no other move for them to make. He had to be the coach, and he did a great job. There's no doubt. But the bar is too high. 13-2 in a semifinal berth? No, I can't do that. I can't get on board with that. So that's going to be a sell for me. They're going to take a step back, at least in my estimation. First full season for him. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong because I'm a huge fan of Trinidad Chambliss. I'm a huge fan of Kejuan Lacey. These guys can play. There's no doubt. But remember the stat I just gave when talking about Lane Kiffin and LSU. Ole Miss, dating back to 1975, had only had 2 10-win seasons in their history. And then all of a sudden, Lane had this explosion of success at Ole Miss. You can't expect that that's just going to continue right away. This was a middle-of-the-road 500 program for a lot of those years. I think they take a step back from 13-2 in a semifinal.
Again,
it's hard. Yeah, that's hard to.
You going to go back to a semifinal?
Well, I think Ole Miss has a chance to have a better team with a worse record. But he didn't say that.
Well,
he doesn't know because you don't know what.
Ole Miss, they had a better team the year before.
Yes, but that was coaching, right? And he changed the way he coached last year because of it.
And it
I like to think I had a little bit to do with that. But you look at the 13-2. Do I think this team will be 13-2? No. But do I think that they could be better and make it to the semifinals again? I certainly do.
So I played yesterday him selling Alabama. That was
if they can get in, if Ole Miss can get in,
that's a win.
Oh yeah,
and you're talking about the playoff. You're talking about the playoff.
Exactly. If they can get in the playoffs, they could go far in the playoffs.
So I know you probably didn't hear the conversation, but Brett McMurphy told me down at the beach he is anticipating 2 SEC teams to make the college football playoff this year because of the 9 conference games.
And I do too.
You say 2.
Yeah.
And his 2, by the way, are Texas and Georgia.
Well, I think it could be any 2. Two of the 5 that made it last year, I think any 2 can make it.
Well, who else is Joel Klatt buying? Down to the bayou we go.
My next buy team, I'm going to buy LSU. I think this is an easy one. This is a buy for me, Lane Kiffin at LSU. 1, he's a great coach. 2, he's done this before. He's gone to Ole Miss and brought in a ton of transfers and recharged, if you will, rebuilt the culture of an organization and a program and had a lot of success. Ole Miss had very little success at the top end before Lane Kiffin. In fact, if you look back, you can go all the way back to like 1975, and Ole Miss had like 2 winning seasons, or actually, I shouldn't say winning, 2 seasons of 10 or more wins. And then Lane did it 4 or 5 years at Ole Miss. So the guy can coach, and it's not like he's got to reinvent the wheel. I mean, this is a program that has won national championships. They expect to be at the top level, and they haven't been. They were 7-6, fired their head coach, Brian Kelly, and now you're looking at this team and all the talent that they brought in out of the portal, including Sam Leavitt, and you think to yourself, is that a 7-win team? Yeah, absolutely. That's a stock up for me. I think they're going to compete for a college football playoff spot. What's crazy to me is that they've got 0 top 10 finishes since winning the national championship in 2019. That's wild. This is too good of a program to be in that stretch, and I think that that's going to be fixed with Lane and all this talent infused this year in Baton Rouge.
So if he wins 9 games, they ought to give him Coach of the Year.
Ticker tape parade.
Yeah. But,
9 wins is not going to get you into the CFP.
No, I don't think they're going to make it. I mean, from what I'm being told by people that know, they look awful in the spring. Awful. Embarrassingly awful. There are people worried to death. Now, they do have talent that they have, but they lost 2 of their starters on defense already. A corner on both of them, non-contact injuries.
So they're done.
Well, yeah, I don't know if they're like.
I know one of them.
And Lane is a damn good coach. He'll out-coach some people and win games.
Yeah.
But he's also going to go for it on 4th down when he shouldn't.
And
especially if they
not kick a field goal when he should kick a field goal.
Yeah, well, and last year he didn't.
That is true. That is true.
But I don't think that holds over.
But new area code.
I saw him 3 years.
I feel like he's going to go back into his old tendencies.
But 3 years at FAU, they won the conference twice.
That's true.
The best team they had was the one in the middle, which they were like 6-5 or 7.
And they were awful.
Well, they weren't awful. They should have won every game. He would go for it on 4th down. One time he went for it 7 times in a game, and at Middle Tennessee, and didn't get it any.
Yeah.
I mean, and should have won the game easily. It was hard to watch.
I watched that game because you were up at that game.
Yeah,
and I know exactly
my
what
mom
you're
and I
talking
went. We had a blast for the score. That's when the first time I saw the guy that starts for the Eagles at safety, and I called you, and I said, how did this guy not make it in the SEC? He was a freshman and just was unbelievable. Made all these great plays in the game.
No, I did not cut up every single one. One of Klatt's buys is UCLA. He's really buying into Nico being the guy. Anyway, I just didn't want to waste everybody's time.
Yeah, I don't see that.
But he's also buying on this team in the SEC.
Next buy is going to be down in the SEC. Florida. I'm buying Florida right now. Easy to go up from here. 4-8, fired their head coach. I get it. I totally get it. But if I were to tell you they've only had 1 winning season in their last 5 years, that was 2024, wouldn't that shock you a little bit? I mean, this is Florida, right? They should be better than that, shouldn't they? They haven't. They haven't been. And now John Summerall comes in, reached the CFP last season with Tulane. He's got a 43-12 career record as a head coach. This guy can coach. I think he brought in a lot of talent for Florida. This is a program that should be able to acquire and sustain talent to the necessary level to be a very good SEC program. I think that he can do that. I really do. So I'm buying Florida this year. It might not be a playoff push, but I'm certainly buying an improvement over the 4-8 they were a year ago when they fired Billy Napier as their head coach.
So Florida, 5-win team this year, according to Joel Klatt.
He's going out on a limb on that, didn't he? I don't know. I think they ought to win more than 5 games. And, hopefully, I haven't seen their schedule, haven't seen them practice. But we know he's
they don't play LSU.
Summerall is a good coach, but it's hard to turn it around in 1 year. I don't care NIL. Everything has to come together big time.
I know he kept Baugh, Jaden Baugh, and that was a big get for him to hang on to.
Well, it's going to be more than just one player.
No, I get that, especially in the SEC.
Oh, yeah. Then you got
your schedule for Florida this year. They open up with 2 home games: Florida Atlantic and Campbell. Then it's at Auburn, host Ole Miss.
What was the second one?
Campbell, the Camels. Campbell's.
Oh, okay.
At Auburn.
Never heard of them.
You haven't heard of the Campbell Camels?
No.
Okay.
I thought it might be a minor league baseball team. Sounds like it could be.
A little bit. At Auburn, host Ole Miss, at Missouri, host South Carolina, at Texas, host Georgia. How's that back-to-back for you? And then host Oklahoma. That's 3 in a row right there. Then at Kentucky, host Vanderbilt, and at Florida State for the showdown.
They won 7 games.
And the finals.
So that's a bye. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with
calling on something. The final sell for Klatt.
Next on the sell list. I think Vandy is a sell for me this year. Last year they set a program record with 10 wins, and now they've got to replace the entire energy, the engine to that 10-win team, Diego Pavia, Heisman finalist, right? Like you don't just do that. I know that they brought in some elite level talent. I get it. And in particular at quarterback, but now it's inexperienced talent. Pavia had a ton of starts under his belt. If you go back to his career in New Mexico, and this is a guy that knew how to play and played well in big moments. Do we really expect them to all of a sudden have another 10 wins this year? That was a program record. As much as I like Clark Lee, and I like him a lot, this is a step back for Vandy. Very similar to Illinois. This is a program that's going to take a step back in order to move forward in the coming years. So for 2026, my stock for Vandy is low. I'm going to sell on Vandy this year. My next buy.
So I agree with him again, but it isn't just because of Pavia.
I mean, there was a lot of experience.
Yeah, they got 30 people.
They had a lot of folks
2
on
years to be on Social
Yeah.
Security.
Yeah.
They're getting their Social Security. They lost. The 30 players were in their 5th or 6th year. The leadership from that, it's hard. Now, I don't know. They might have gone out and found some more. But again, replacing the quarterback who they stole from Georgia.
That's
I
right.
guess I don't know if he's going to be starting or not.
Well, no, they picked up a high recruit out of the Nashville area. This is the same kid who was committed to Georgia.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if he's going to be starting or not, but he's a highly recruited. But if you start a freshman in the SEC,
not good.
Yeah, no. So
usually not good.
I don't know even Vanderbilt's schedule, but it's going to be hard for them to win the 10 games. So I know that. And you got to remember. All these teams are playing an extra SEC game.
Yeah.
Which is, I still can, that makes me as mad as this guy still with Sorsby. That doesn't make me as mad, but it's close.
Vandy's schedule is they host Austin Peay, then they host Delaware.
Then they play Ole Miss.
Then they host NC State. Then they're at Auburn. At Georgia, host Ole Miss, host Arkansas, at Kentucky, open date, then at Mississippi State, host Alabama, at Florida, and then Tennessee.
Yeah, I think they'll win 8 games. I think they could.
Jared Curtis is the quarterback that we were speaking of.
Is he starting right now? Do you know?
He came out of spring as taking snaps with their number 1.
That's going to be hard. They have 7 wins. It's hard to start a freshman. And he might do real good at the beginning against those teams. Well, once he gets hit, gets knocked around a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to see your second-string quarterback for the year. A freshman doesn't know if he's hurt or not hurt. He's going to get hit like he's never been hit before in his life. And he might think he's dead, and you'll get used to it after a while. I'm serious. I mean, it's just, you got to develop the play and hurt. It's hard. And it's especially hard for quarterbacks.
So that is Klatt's broad brush that he's painting with here on the first week in June to just kind of whet everybody's appetite for some college football. We're about a month and a half from our trip to Tampa, by the way, and the SEC football media days. But in between now and then, 2 weeks, well, less than 2 weeks now, we're away from our award show over at Mars Music Hall, and we'd love for you to attend. We're making arrangements.
I'm going to tell you, it's unbelievably done event. I guess this is the 3rd year or 4th year. I think it's the 3rd year.
3rd year. It is the 3rd year.
And I remember. Now this will be the 4th year. I'm pretty sure. But
did we start in 23?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. So the reason I'm saying that is I remember a couple times when the event was over, nobody wanted to leave.
Yeah. Last year, there was people hanging around while we were cleaning it out.
Oh, yeah. It was just such a magical event, and it's so well done.
Well, to me, it's other organizations like SportsMed and a few others that want to hop on.
The Huntsville Sports Commission.
Yeah, yes. No, so we give away, the SportsMed gives away their scholarship money, but it's in the middle of our program now. That wasn't around in our first year.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about, where other companies and organizations are like, heck.
And it's covered by AL.com. It's covered by a bunch of the news stations.
Yeah.
I think last year it was on TV.
The last handful of years it's been on WHNT.
Yeah, so it is something that if you're a sports fan or just a fan of Huntsville.
Yeah. So this is not just high school. It's professional.
Yes.
It's also college as well. And it's
we need to last year the winners or 2 years ago the winners were incredible. And they are truly moved as well of their hometown recognizing.
So that comes up on the 22nd, and then coming up in July, our high school football media day event. We moved it up to July 13th because the SEC moved back their media days to the week of the 20th. So we'll have high school football media day coming up on the 13th, and that's a little over a month away right now. So we've got a lot in store for you coming up over the next month and a half here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Just buckle up, and it's always fun. And we appreciate you most of all for listening, participating, and supporting our sponsors as well, including the fine folks here at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill, because without your support, we can't do this. So a big thank you to those of you watching or listening on WZZN TV, as well as the old-fashioned way over the radio. And speaking of over the radio, it is time for us to take our final time out, and we'll join in progress the Rocket City Trash Pandas. You want to give me a scoreboard update back there? Anybody know the score? I don't know the score right off the top of my head.
Well, I'm not running both stations right now, so I haven't listened.
Not right now. Not right now. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Did I phrase that right? Not right now?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Okay. Speaking of, there's.
I see Rocket City up 1-0 in the top of the third at Chattanooga.
And, speaking of our award show, one of the unsung heroes is our own John Abraham. What you see and hear at that awards banquet has gone through his laptop and through his skills getting together. So.
And he's burning the candle at both ends tonight.
He's running the trash
appreciate
game
John.
right now.
He is
He's
indeed.
a three-sport athlete.
Yes, he is. So long, everybody.
This is Jen with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Y'all need to come join us. We have so many fun things every night of the week. From Monday night, steak night, Tuesday night, karaoke.